far as being like the next, Joey Logano, or I guess people thought Joey Logano was gonna be the next Jeff Gordon, or something like that, and really, he just might be an average driver. I mean, you got to wonder if a guy like Kyle Larson was in the equipment that a lot of these young guys are in Gibbs equipment, how many races would he win? Because I would mind you, I think there's a lot of dumb things that Kyle Larson does that prevents him from really winning a race. But a lot of that, I think he tries to overcompensate for just having the lack of equipment. And, excuse me, if he was running where he can conserve a little bit and be a little bit more on the down low, like the guys that were with Gibbs, I think he would win almost probably every damn race. I don't know, I'm pitting in my league. I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed, but got to change that setup. But anyway, as far as that goes, again, it makes you kind of wonder, and I think a guy like Sam Hornish, proves that they're that ahead of the game, and I don't want to take too much away from Sam Hornish Jr., but I think Sam Hornish Jr. has been in NASCAR for pretty much right around 10 years now, and a guy that he can win at the NASCAR level. I'm not saying he can't, but I think we've seen that he can be decent. He's not great. He's not great by any means, and I think putting him in top-notch equipment, that top-notch of equipment, that's I think that above and beyond might mask him a little bit better and might get him another Cup ride. Because if I believe, if I remember correctly, well, I guess he was with Penske. When he lost his ride in the Cup Series with Penske in that '77 Mobil 1 car. He ran the number 12 car in a limited schedule, and then ended up getting the ride with the 9 car. And I think he also ran cars for Kyle Busch Motorsports when that was still going on too. And again, I think that also helped him get into the 9 car last year. And again, once he got to the Cup Series, it was the same old Sam Hornish, just maybe a middle of the pack driver at best to towards the back. Again, not good, not terrible, but I guess he does wreck a lot of equipment too. But again, I feel like I'm kind of bashing on him maybe just a little bit too much. Anyway, again, I'd hate to do that, but I think it's Big Rex here. But anyway, I think it says, again, I guess I'm saying it more to rip on, people want to give accomplishments to Kyle Busch, and every time he goes out there and whips on the young guys in the Xfinity Series, it's something that, I guess I take with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna hold so much merit on it that I think it's real, that I think he's Kyle Busch is a talented driver, don't get me wrong, but I think Sam Hornish Jr. just dominating the show after, being out of the car, since last November, that does say something, but I think it also says more of just how dominant that team really is. So I guess that's all I'll say with that, but again, congratulations to Sam Hornish Jr. I didn't mean to rip on him too bad, and if there's any Sam Hornish Jr. fans, I do apologize. But anyway, the Cup Series is going to Sonoma, turning right and left this week. They don't always turn left, guys, and pretty excited for, this is always kind of just something it's refreshing because it's something a little bit different, something that we don't see all the time. Obviously, because you are turning right, which again they only do that twice a year. So there's that, but it also I think this is where you see probably a little bit more of that parity. We've seen a little bit at Martinsville with AJ Allmendinger running in the second spot. and that kind of has characteristics sometimes of a road course. I think even at Pocono, you see a little bit of parity there. And again, I think we're seeing a little bit more parity throughout the world of NASCAR right now. I think this is where maybe we can finally see someone different actually end up in victory lane. And I think I picked A.J. Allmendinger to win this race, but he's kind of been feast or famine at Sonoma. I think Watkins Glen's a little bit more of his track. I know his team has a little bit more troubles trying to figure everything out. But that's who I picked. Again, he is good on the road courses, and we'll see what happens there. One guy I think to look out for is going to be Clint Bowyer. Whoa. Clint Bowyer is going to be a guy I think to watch out for too. He's going to be in that lower quality team. But I think we remember when Kurt Busch was running with that team a few years ago. He ran relatively well, almost won the race. I think he did have some equipment that failed him. But yeah, I think he still ended up finishing in third, which was a good accomplishment for that team. And I think we got to remember that a guy like Clint Bowyer, who has a single-digit average finish on road courses, I think it's right around 9th or 7th. I mean, he does a really good average finish at tracks like Sonoma. I think he's only got one win there back in 2012, 2013. And I think it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for that team. But again, it's that great equalizer where I think you get a little bit more parity, where a guy in a lower class, lower budget team, the talent I think can make up for it, and we might see someone different end up in victory lane, and we'll see what happens there. But again, pulling for guys like Clint Bowyer and some of these guys that may be on the fringe that might need to get a win. I know Dale Earnhardt Jr. His mentality is just to survive when he's on road courses. But again, a guy who you finished second at Pocono, came close to winning there. Fell a little bit short. Now he's got to look at maybe a track like Sonoma and relive of what he did back in 2004 or 14, I think it was. 14. Sorry, yeah, 2014 when he finished second, and maybe even try to squeak out a win somehow. Maybe use a little pit strategy. Some of these guys got to start getting going. We're getting, kind of in that second half of the chase season. I think back in Pocono was the start of the second half. And it's going to catch up to some of these guys, and some of these guys that still might get in points. Dale Jr. Might still be able to get there as far as points are concerned, but I think it's also something that he's also got to worry about. Just trying to win a race, because I mean he's had good cars. Again back at Michigan when he was just taking his time, biding his time, trying to work his way through the field. He did get involved in that wreck, end up finishing in the 39th spot, and I guess it was what it was at that time. But a guy who will have to improve, have to get it going, have to turn his season around, and again maybe some guys like A.J. Allmendinger, guys who have been running decent that really are on the brink of being into the chase that might be able to squeak their way in. Casey Kane, he's a former winner here, won back here in 2009. So we'll see what can happen, and it'll be interesting to see. But with that, I'm going to wrap up the show here. We got about 5 minutes to go here. The IndyCar series going back to Road America this week, so that should be pretty exciting as far as keeping that race in Wisconsin. This would be, I think, the weekend they did run at Milwaukee always, but again, the Milwaukee Mile never being able to kind of run their show right. be able to stay in Wisconsin. That's pretty cool to see. They haven't raced there in a little while, little spell, and it's going to be high speeds, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can. If they can hang on there. I got taken out. And woo. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I sorry, racing this race. It'll be interesting to see how that return goes, and hopefully everyone stays safe, and it's a good, exciting race. Kind of cool to see Brad Keselowski test there last week. So with that, I'll leave that be there. But as far as the show, you can check us out all week long on Twitter, and that's at ST920 at twitter.com. You can check us out on Facebook again too, and that's facebook.com/ST920. And again, on our blog, we'll have the Sports Talk 920 NASCAR Pick'em standings resuming this week. Ken, Anna, hold on to her points lead. We shall see. And the NBA draft's going on tonight. I think that's probably already started. Or it's about to. I think Ben Simmons is already the first round pick, or the first overall pick, if that hasn't happened already. But anyway, you can check us out on our blog too at sportstalk920.blogspot.com. Check us out there. Kind of a slow time again this time of year right now as far as getting a lot of content up there. But hopefully as we get into the football season, have maybe a little bit more involved there, and we'll keep evolving as we go along there. But again, check us out, Facebook at ST920 at twitter.com, and again on our Facebook page at facebook.com/ST920, and of course on our blog at sportstalk920 or sportstalk920.blogspot.com. But until next time, again, hopefully we'll get Rudy on one of these programs. It'll be hard to say right now where we'll be hosting our next show. Hopefully it's right here on Spreaker. I really like this format. I really like how things are playing out here. But also, too, that, Blog Talk Radio, we know how to get Rudy on the program. Hopefully Rudy can join us. I did start a second shift position again at GM, so that's kind of cool. But I'm yet to see if that might hamper Rudy joining our program again or much more. So we'll see what happens there. But again, thank you all for joining us this week. Again, hopefully be back. I'll new show next week. Shit. And fuck. Yeah, racing these leagues. Never raced little kids in a NASCAR league game. I know this. I just hit a kid. He's gonna be mad. But anyway.